traders, and welcome to the Pick a Path trading game. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at a series of charts, and you can pick your path. So I'm going to ask long or short, exit or continue position, and so on. And you can see what is the highest score that you would have gotten on this Pick a Path trading game. So before we go into the game, the price prediction that I had done Monday, so I asked the viewers to make price predictions for Bitcoin Cash. None of those predictions were that close. The predictions were made when price was here, and price is now here. And many predictors had said that the 820 to 830 range. I think every single prediction except one had thought that 820 would become, price would go up to 820 or around 810 to 820. But price instead went up a little bit, made a secondary high, 3-point reversal, and then went back down. All right, so now let's look at how we're going to play this pick a path trading game that I created. So with each decision in each round, we're going to have 3 decisions: long or short, reverse or hold, and exit or hold. And you have a 12.5% chance of getting all 3 correct in a round. Now the interesting thing is 5 rounds with 3 decisions that each carry 2 decisions within those. The odds of you getting all 15 decisions correct are 132,768. So I'm hoping, I'm not predicting, but I'm hoping that there might be just at least one viewer who gets every single decision here right. So that would be pretty cool. And you can comment below if somehow you answered every single one of these correctly. But hey, we'll see. And you can track your score out of the 15 and post in the comments if you did well. Or if you didn't do well, you can post that too if you would like. All right, so let's go into the first round of the trading game. Now I'm going to explain my analysis after each round. And also I'm going to be giving you guys 5 seconds per chart, but you can pause the video, of course. And just look at the chart and decide at the indicated price here, if you had to, would you long or short? So for this one, what would you do here? Okay, the correct answer here would have been short. So here, if you had picked short, what would you do here? Long or hold short? So the correct answer would have been to go long. Reverse your position and go long. Here, would you exit your short, exit your long, or would you hold your long? So do you want to sell, or do you want to just hold your long and hope for more price movement upward? So the correct answer here is to exit. So by this point, 12.5% of you have probably gotten this one, all 3 correct. So what we're looking at here is we see an established uptrend. We see a secondary high, also a 3-point reversal here. Our price goes a little bit above the high here with high tails on a large amount of volume, and then it turns bearish. This is just trapping buyers at bad prices and allowing institutions to sell at really good prices so that retail traders get market buy this up. What we're also seeing here is just an extinguishing of buyers. What that means is that as price goes up, there's going to be many sideline buyers who are waiting to buy in. Once that pool of all sideline buyers has been exhausted, or they've already bought, price is probably going to have a very hard time moving higher. And that's what we get here, where price is consolidating here, keeps in the buyers by not going below the low here and stopping them out. And as it keeps in the buyers, we go a little bit higher, and then we trap the buyers up here. So price naturally goes down. Here we have a low tail, and we also have a volume spike. But one more thing that is really interesting is this tail and this price move, we go below this low here. We go below this low here as well. So we're really tapping into stop losses below here. So anyone who put their stop loss here maybe bought, like here. We're also tapping into any stop losses here. So we hit all those stop losses, we accumulate, and then price goes up. And price probably did hit a lot of stop losses because look at the amount of volume transacted. Here we see really a major volume spike relative to previous price action volume. This amount of volume should not be transacted if price is not moving very, very high up. What I mean by that is when you see this amount of volume for a candle that looks average, that's a very bad sign. These two candles both look to be about average bullish candles, really not significant bullish momentum. So this amount of volume is not healthy for the trend, and price goes much lower after collecting the buyers. Okay, so now let's take a look at BNB BTC on the 5 minute. Would you go long or would you go against the trend and go short? Okay, so the correct answer is long. Here, if you had gone long, would you want to reverse and go short, or do you want to just hold your long? Okay, you hopefully picked hold long. Price is at 17741, and we go up to about the 195, and we go a little bit above the 2 here. Now, would you want to exit that long or hold it? So you probably want to exit your long at this price here of 1.9. Now going over what happened here, I'm seeing strong bullish momentum. I'm not really seeing much bearish resistance at all. Really no reason we would ever want to short this kind of setup. The high volume, but with high volatility to the upside, that's a very good sign for the bulls. I'm not seeing any kind of stop loss hunt where we tap into liquidity, we go sideways, and then we reverse. This doesn't look sideways. This just looks directional. Here, we see a little bit of bearish fighting. The bears are fighting back here. But really, we see low tails and not that many high tails, just these two weak ones. I'm seeing strong bullish momentum. I'm seeing price on a trajectory still going upward. And then I see a confident strong high up here, well above this high here. So really, just no reason to go short here. This is different. Here, we see significant volatility as I see a low tail and a high tail. I see significant bullish momentum. That's also high volatility. And then I also see a low tail and a high tail doji here. And then we see high bearish momentum. Typically, when you're late in a trend, so such as this uptrend here, when you're late in a trend and you see a massive rise in volatility and then a massive rise in volume, it's usually going to be a reversal or at least a retracement. And that's what we see here. The highest amount of volume transacted is at the top, and we go lower. Okay, so now let's go to round 3. This one, I would say, is a little bit tougher. I think round 2 was probably the easiest by far. Round 1 was fine, but round 3 and round 5, I think, are going to be very tough. So here, would you rather go long or short? Okay, so if you were like, yeah, this isn't going to be tough, I would go short, you would have been correct. Price was here, and price went down to here. Now, would you rather go long and exit your short and go long, or do you want to just hold your short? All right, so Bitcoin Cash on the 1 hour, correct answer is, yeah, we want to reverse and go long. Price does go up. Now, price is here at resistance. Would we want to exit, sell at resistance, or do we want to just hold? So the correct answer is to hold your long. Price is at 27.05. Price goes up to about 3,100 and almost to 3,200. So really, we don't want to sell here as price goes up to here. So going over round 3, this one's probably the toughest decision of the 3 options. But we do see a high tail, a doji, and price going to previous support that became future resistance. However, on the flip side, what we also see is price goes down below a major low here and then consolidates. Typically, when we see price going down and then consolidate, it can go up because that can indicate a stop loss hunt. But I think what's happening here is price closed low. I'm not seeing a low tail, but price is actually able to close low and still have that bearish pressure. So it doesn't look like, let me show, where is it? Yeah, it doesn't look like this, where price makes a low tail, goes down, and then immediately goes back up to here, and then continues to go higher. It's a little bit different, as you can see here. Here's, I think, a little bit more textbook. We see a long tail here, a little bit higher volume, and price does go higher. This, for those who understand chart patterns, I think this is probably your bread and butter. This is just an ascending triangle where we see resistance flat, and then we see a sloping support where we can just draw an imaginary line from, I would say, here all the way to here, and it creates the kind of triangle. And we see a breakout from that ascending triangle upward. The reason why this is bullish is when you see multiple touches of a resistance level within short intervals, so not far touches where price touches it once, price goes down and then touches it many hours later, but when you see repeated touches of a resistance or a support level in a short amount of time, typically price is just going to continue going higher, as it does here. All right. So hope you got that one correct, and round 2 and round 1. Round 4. This one's a little bit more zoomed out on the 5-minute for VEN BTC. At this price, would you long or short? Okay, so the correct answer here would have been to go long. I think this one is also a little bit tougher. But price really just soars right upward from this level here, as you can see. Around the 4,500s where we would have longed. That's around here. And price goes up to here. So would you want to reverse your position and go short at that price? Or would you just hold your long for a further price extension? All right, so the correct answer is to just hold your long. I mean, really no reason to short at this price here. And I'm going to get into the analysis soon. But first, let's go into the final decision of round 4. Would you exit at this price or just keep holding your long? All right, so yeah, this is where we'd want to exit. Price goes down a lot further. So looking at this analysis here, what I see is really a symmetrical triangle. And what we're seeing is, again, I would say a symmetrical, also almost an ascending triangle. The ascending triangle that we had in round 3. Repeated touches of resistance, 1, 2, 3. And the higher resistance, I see a 1, 2, 3 touches here as well. I'm seeing support rising higher and higher and higher. I'm seeing a stop loss hunt that looks completely healthy down to here. Goes below this low and then pops right back up. And now price is here. So this one may be a little bit tough, but this seems like a very good spot to think about getting into a long position. I think this is a little bit more clear. This is just a shakeout of weak longs and the uptrend of VEN. Price goes up, makes this high here, fakes going lower to get any longs who are getting jumpy and just want to get out of their positions to just immediately sell. And they sell to buyers who buy this and get to make the money on the uptrend. This point here, some things have changed. We see spikes in volume. I'm seeing a spike in volume here. I'm also seeing spikes in volume here and here, which is around here. You may say, yeah, but there was also a spike in volume here. But that is a bearish spike in volume and not a bullish spike in volume. So what we see here is many traders who had sold. So this is a sign that price may actually go up higher because this is just creating more buyers. And then when we get this amount of volume, which was here, and a large amount of volume here and here, this is looking like the bearish pressure is beginning to overtake the bullish pressure, and price goes down here. All right, so now I would say the hardest one of all 5, this one. Long or short? Okay, so this was a hand-picked example because this would have actually been the best place to long. This was a bear trap. Price was here at 418. If you had longed at 418, you would have been able to celebrate this uptrend. Now here, what would you do? Would you want to short or just hold your long? Okay, so the correct answer was just hold the long. Price was here. Price was here at 458, right there. And price goes much, much higher. Now here for the final decision, decision number 15, If you've gotten all 14 decisions correct so far and you get this one right, then you're doing well. Would you exit or hold your long here? Okay. You would want to hold your long. Price goes much, much higher. We're starting at a price about 495 around here, and we go up to 527. So, yeah, really not a spot that we don't want to exit at the 495 around here. So to discuss what happened in round 5 here, I mean, this first one is just kind of difficult, to be honest. This looks like high bearish pressure, but what we do see is a wick that goes down to here, a tail that goes down to here, and then we see a little bit of bullish pressure to the upside, and we're going below this low too. This one would have been just honestly a toss-up. Price does go higher. I think that this is a little bit more revealing though, this kind of shape where we see stop loss hunt, significant volume, significant volatility, and then a stopping of that volatility, and then consolidation slightly upward, which can be a sign of bullish pressure emerging and a bull run that is going to occur. I think that this decision here to short or go long, I really don't see too much reason for going short here. I know this is 2020 hindsight, but the only high volume that I'm seeing is all high volatility and in the direction of a forming trend, as we probably had many traders who sold here. All those traders who sold are going to become potential buyers. So all of these guys selling here on this high volume, way higher than any other volume before, they're going to be buying this up later and FOMO buying. So we want to keep that in mind. And yeah, price does go higher as they probably FOMO in at some point, probably around here. And then they probably all sell here, indicated by the volume spike. And this is just, I mean, this looks pretty healthy for an uptrend. The reason I say that is high bearish pressure, weakening volatility here after we get high volume, high volatility. And then we see a large amount of bullish volatility close with no tail and really average volume. So this is looking like a good sign. And yeah, price does go higher. So that is going to be it. Yep, this was it right here for those who may not know. It was this candle here. Price went up to here, went back down, and then went back up. All right, so this is going to be it for the Pick a Path trading game. And if you guys got at least half of these correct, then you can comment below your score and what you got. And if you think that you are a better trader than your friends or a better trader than some person you know, you can send this video over to them and see how they do on the Pick a Path trading game. And with that, happy trading.